Indeed, Nompu, we are still out here outside the Johannesburg City Council monitoring developments here as the President is continuing his engagements with officials of the City of Johannesburg as well as the provincial sort of officials. But of course, this is all ahead of his engagement that he'll be having today in the next hour with business as well, business leaders as well as civil society and labour here, just to hear their views around the service delivery challenges that are facing the City of Johannesburg. We know, as we've mentioned before, the City of Johannesburg in a crumbling state, infrastructure, roads, traffic lights, just to name a few of some of the challenges that are facing this city. But I'm going to turn now to Phumla Williams from the Joburg Crisis Alliance, just to get a sort of understanding from them ahead of that engagement with the President. And of course, Phumla, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You as yourselves as the Joburg Crisis Alliance will be meeting with the President later to share your views. Tell us, what will those views be?
Thank you very much, Nosipho. I think we just want to first appreciate that the President has responded to the cry of the resident of the city of Joburg. This has been our plea for quite some time, as you are pointing out, that we are a Johannesburg Crisis Alliance, because it's a combination of all the residents association and individuals who almost found a platform to raise their issues. And I think what we want to raise with the President is what came out from the communities themselves. They range from traffic lights, as you were pointing out, they range from potholes, they range from filth in the city, they range from the failure of the City Council from just giving us a hearing and telling us what is it that they are doing to address these issues, because we believe that this is a city that a lot of us grew up in and cherish. And I think as residents, we are not being disruptive. We are saying we want to work with the city. We want to make this city a city that we can all be proud of, and that we can also leave it behind for generations that is to come. We've heard so many times people saying it's an economic hub of South Africa, and we agree with it. But at this rate, we don't think it will be the economic hub in the next couple of years unless something gets done. So we really are looking forward to raising our issues. We would have preferred to be on our own, but the fact that he has given us time to raise our issues and what we have done, because given the time that they have given, within this short space of time we've managed to collate all the inputs from the residents, and we combined it, and we are hoping that, given that there's 10 minutes that has been allocated to us, but we will be able to raise it, but we will be able to give it to the President and say, this is what we are crying about, and we are available as residents to work with the Johannesburg City to see how we can fix something that can be fixable. That you can't have a situation where residents will say they go on for 2 weeks without water. I mean, water is life, and there's no appreciation of these challenges. Some residents are saying we've got kids and we need water. Some elderly people say we are old, we can't keep carrying these buckets to the water tankers. We want water in our houses. So these are some of the issues that we would like to raise with the President today.
Certainly, Phumla, but some of these issues, as we've both outlined, are going to take some time before they are fully addressed. And you sort of have an appreciation of that, given that I've also mentioned infrastructure. That's going to take some time. Roads, of course, some of the cosmetic things can happen, now, but it's going to take some time before the city is fully back to where it was.
Yes, because they allowed it to disintegrate to be what it is. But what we arguing is that give us a hearing. We might assist you. We might assist in finding. I mean, a simple example of a pothole. I mean, Nosipho, it can be that a pothole can go on for almost 6 months, in some cases 7 months, without being fixed. Or in some cases, when it's fixed, it is fixed for a week. After a week, it's back. It's almost like you get a sense that somebody is creating job for that contractor, because you can't fix it this week, next week, it's already leaking. So what we are saying, we would like to engage with them. We might even assist them to say, you know what, we live in these areas, we can see what is happening. Give us a hearing. Let's work together. The issue of filth, I mean, that thing doesn't require that they must plan for it in 5 years' time. They've got these trucks. We're saying work with us. Even just putting posters and rubbish bins in our areas, it can require a lot of money just to make the place clean. It can be a difficult thing to do, but you're just completely ignored. And that's what we're arguing, that some of the problems are deep. We agree the infrastructure of the water requires a lot of budget, but at least you can work with us. We can even work with you to educate the residents on how to preserve water and using water sparingly. But if you shut us out and you just feel we don't know anything, that is a problem.
And maybe just your reflections, because the President did point out that the issues in Johannesburg, they represent, some of the other sort of municipalities across the country. It's not just Johannesburg, although, as we point out, it is the economic hub. The manner in which the Joburg city is in a crisis. The last summit we held as the Johannesburg Crisis Alliance, we invited residents from the suburbs, from the city, from the township. Nosipho, all the problems are the same. People in the townships are complaining about potholes. People in the townships are complaining about water. People in the suburbs, they are complaining about just basic things that you expect a municipality to put in place. So our problems are the same, whether you are from Soweto, whether you are from Malvern, whether you are from Sandton, whether you are from the city center. It can be that everybody is unhappy with one thing, and that's where the problem is. All right, thank you so much, Phumla Williams. We're going to have to leave it there. Of course, Phumla Williams there joining us now, Nompu, of the Joburg Crisis Alliance, just outlining, just ahead of that meeting that will be happening, the engagement with the President, civil society, labour and business, that in the next hour. But back to you, Nompu, in studio.
Right, thanks very much, my colleague there, Nosipho Radebe.